What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Rat251 here. Alright, time for some Warhammer of the Double Feature Friday. Alright, and this is how did the galaxy react to Guilliman's resurrection? And that's actually interesting because I've wanted to know about that. I just don't want to go through the trouble of reading all those damn books. And yeah, this is by Major Kill. I used to do a lot of stuff from Commissar Gamza and Bravo Alpha Busa, but Bravo Alpha Busa has basically gone into retirement since Games Workshop has decided to become an asshole about any kind of animation or anything that's related to them. And all Gamza does is bitch about Games Workshop now. So, yeah. So I don't want to hear the news. If I want to hear the news, I'll do the news. Anyway, so yeah, he's got an advertisement this, so I'm gonna have to skip it. But it's like into the video. So let's get started and go.
G'day guys and gals. The waking of Guilliman signified a big shift in the setting of 40k. For years, it was so drab. Every victory mankind achieved only served to prolong its inevitable downfall. Everyone was depressed, and if the demons didn't get ya, then the Tyranids eventually would. Then
yeah, pretty much.
The glorious Aryan overlord himself has a car battery hooked up to his balls, and with a mighty zap that would make Frankenstein himself proud, he awoke from his deathly coma. Just quietly, I can't even begin to imagine how...
The only reason he wasn't there is because he was literally just asleep.
...in a ferry at a zoo. As you can imagine, a loyalist Primarch re-entering the setting for the first time in 10,000 years caused a bit of a ruckus, and a wild plethora of reactions, ranging from euphoric joy all the way down to seething rage.
Okay, so he's doing his advertisement now. Okay. And there we go.
The main characters and factions reacted to Guilliman's revival. We'll also look at why they may have reacted the way that they did. Let's get into it.
No.
The most standout thing about Guilliman's revival is that it was wildly unexpected. Absolutely nobody foresaw it happening, so it was a total surprise to
not even the Emperor
and accurate fortune tellers. It also completely altered and changed all the galaxy's prophecies and future predictions, throwing the setting into genuine doubt for the first time in a while. Like previously, all anyone saw was that eventually Chaos would win, but with Guilliman's return, it's thrown a spanner in the works, and now nobody really knows exactly what is going to happen. As such,
what about the return of Lord Adornable?
The Emperor was surprised. So firstly, how did the Imperium and its people react? Well, to nobody's surprise, everyone was
surprised by a lot of things. He's screwed up in every way.
Who wasn't a demon or a weirdo had woken up. The ecclesiarchy got all religious about it, as they do, which made Guilliman pretty uncomfortable. However, whilst everyone was all smiles and waves, a number of powerful and influential members of the Imperium were not too happy. See, they held massive swathes of power, and the return of Guilliman basically threatened their sphere of influence. Hence, numerous High Lords planned a rebellion against Guilliman, which was pretty fucking retarded. But hey, this is the Imperium we're talking about.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking retarded.
That rebellion with less than a flick of a dick, before taking complete control of the Imperium. In case you were wondering, Guilliman reacted very poorly to the Imperium. He basically said it was so shit that Horus may as well have won. Others in the Imperium, especially in the Inquisition, were notably concerned about how he was resurrected. After all, he basically got queefed on by the prophet of an Eldar death god whilst getting his ass tasered by a Magos who's been repeatedly accused of tech heresy in order for Guilliman to wake up. It's not clear if his resurrection method is public knowledge or not, but there would be many who suspect, with the Puritans definitely having an issue with it. However, it's
on the right there,
a dark secret about the popular kid at school. One day you decide to share the dark secret and say that the cool kid isn't actually cool. But turns out, the cool kid is so cool that even leaking his dark secret does nothing but turn everyone against you. Same situation here, except instead of your classmates telling you to fuck off, you'd have G-Man's big-ass blue fist caving your skull in no time. The Custodes reacted pretty much how you would expect. They were like, cool man, daddy loves us more. In seriousness, Guilliman arrived on Terra during a huge battle against Cornite forces, and he kinda saved the day, so the Custodes did have respect for him for that. It was also made obvious that Guilliman had the Emperor's blessing, hence the Custodes were happy to engage with Guilliman and take his suggestions on board. The support from the Custodes is actually what gives Guilliman so much legitimacy as Lord of the Imperium. If they told him to get fucked, it probably would have resulted in a civil war. The Space Marines overwhelmingly reacted positively, even the ones that you would expect to be a bit shaky. The Black Templars, Blood Angels, and others received Guilliman with open arms. It helps that he brought them Primaris reinforcements and high-key saved the Blood Angels. The Dark Angels, in a moment of spurginess, thought Guilliman was coming to punish them for the Fallen, hence they genuinely considered firing on his ship and killing him. Fortunately, they didn't do that, and they ended up gladly chatting to the returned Primarch. It goes without saying that, yes, the Sisters of Battle collectively finger-blasted at the news of Guilliman's return.
Dude, seriously, again with this.
Their custodian, so imagine how they would feel seeing a Primarch.
Everything he talks about.
The vast majority of people were stoked with G-Man's return, with only a small handful of petty people being mad and then quickly being killed. What about the
quickly being killed.
How did the big man himself react to the return of his son?
Who cares? He can't do anything.
It's complicated. The Emperor's consciousness is extremely broken and fragmented. He's incredibly bipolar and schizophrenic right now, and it takes a lot of effort for him to pull himself together and do something deliberately. When Guilliman spoke with the Emperor, he remarked that it was like speaking to a star, and that the Emperor's humanity had been stripped bare to reveal the true creature beneath. The Emperor regarded Guilliman with the same enthusiasm that a blacksmith would upon finding his favourite tool that had been lost for a long time. So whilst it was a cold reaction, it was positive, as the Emperor basically gave Guilliman his blessing to go fuck shit up. Later on, when Guilliman is poisoned by Morty and dies, the Emperor possesses Guilliman, has a full psychotic breakdown, and then eventually pulls himself together enough to deliver some sick burns to Nurgle. So yeah, the Emperor is happy that Guilliman is back. He just has a pretty spastic way of showing it. So how did Chaos react? After all, the return of Guilliman kind of brought their victory to a screeching halt. Abaddon was pretty mad. He was celebrating the fall of Cadia when he got news that it looked as if the survivors of Cadia were gonna try res G-Man. Cue, record stop. Celebration ended, and Abby beelined for Ultramar to try and stop it. He was unsuccessful, and now feels insecure that the Imperium's War Master has a solid 3 to 4 feet on him. The traitor Primarchs reacted in a similar manner. They were all super condescending and mocked Guilliman while secretly having a bitch about him. Mostly, they just tried to kill him. First,
sounds about right.
An agent to place a crown on Guilliman's head that would corrupt anyone who wore it, but G-Man took it off pretty quickly without much issue, which pissed Fulgrim off. Magnus then attacked G-Man on his way back to Terra, and the two dueled. Magnus talked mad shit, got his jaw broken, and was sent screaming back to the warp. Then Morty gave G-Man a go, and despite doing good damage, the Emperor possessed G-Man, told Morty he was a pussy, and then spanked his ass back to hell.
What the hell?
Regardless if Chaos laughed or frowned, they reacted very strongly. Every Chaos God began furiously planning G-Man's downfall, whilst their greatest champions and demons did the same thing. With only a few years of his return, Guilliman had been attacked by exalted greater demons of every deity, as well as multiple traitor Primarchs. Chaos initially may have reacted with glee at the pathetic new challenge that had been thrown at their feet, but after Guilliman pretty much beat all of their champions and reclaimed most of the Imperium by the Indomitus Crusade,
well, there you
they
go.
were a bit more panicky, especially since the Big E has woken up. How about the Xenos? Well, the Elder were instrumental in Guilliman's return. They brought him back, as they knew he would greatly strengthen the Imperium, hence giving the Elder more time to figure out how to wake up Yned and take down Slaanesh. In their arrogance, they thought that they would be able to manipulate and control Guilliman, and basically use him as a puppet to achieve their own ends.
Assholes.
Like, G-Man's armor, the Armor of Fate, acts like a life support system, and the G-Man is supposed to not be able to live without it. But the opposite happened. Guilliman outplayed the Elder, and it made him seem like they were his puppet, which is one of the reasons why the Elder Imperial alliance kinda ended and hasn't been addressed much since. Guilliman also trained himself to be able to live without the Armor of Fate, so he kind of removed the Elder's leverage. The Dark Elder haven't really reacted to him much yet, but they don't really react to anything, so no surprise there. Sadly,
they just do
we
shit.
haven't seen what the Orcs think about Bobby G yet, but it's
they
safe
probably
to
don't
assume
care.
they would be over the moon with the return of a new big and fighty Umi. The setting of 40k really is an Orcs world. We're all just living in it. The Tower
pretty much, he's right.
Heard of Guilliman yet. When he eventually comes past their
They're
way,
out of the loop
they'll probably
entirely.
think he's the Emperor that all their goo Vesa keep talking about. I imagine Guilliman would be able to strike up a truce with them pretty easily, but considering he has more important problems right now...
Yeah, probably. He can manipulate them pretty easily, I would think.
The Necrons have also been pretty passive in their reaction. Out of all the races, even the Elder, the Necrons are the most arrogant, so even the return of a Primarch wouldn't faze them too much. I'd actually be pretty keen to see the Silent King and Guilliman face off, only for the Silent King to win the battle and have G-Men at his mercy. Then G-Man gets spared because the Silent King needs him to keep the Imperium running, hence giving the galaxy a better chance at beating the Nids. Not only would this introduce the Silent King as an Avengers level threat, but it would also show that G-Man isn't this unbeatable Mary Sue. The Tyranids haven't reacted to G-Man
but
either,
he is the
interaction they've had is G-Man
creator of the Smurfs
during the devastation of Baal. When Guilliman inevitably fights and kills the Swarm Lord, it might perk the Hive Mind's interest in acquiring his DNA. I think it'd be sweet if the Swarm Lord is able to take a bite out of G-Man before dying, hence the next Swarm Lord that is made has Primarch DNA in it, and is actually a raid boss to fight.
A raid boss to fight.
Good narrative right now. GW, I'll take a 15% royalty, cheers,
man. They ain't gonna give you shit, man.
The reality is that the Indominus Crusade has been almost solely focused on Guilliman fighting Chaos, so he hasn't had the opportunity to clash with various notable Xenos yet. Almost a good thing, because 5 years from now... Is
that Scotto Sicarius over there on the left?
I can make another video on it while collecting all my royalties.
Okay, he's doing his patron thing where he does the shmentai that he puts the... Okay, so yeah, that was it. Oh, that's interesting. You know, because I actually was curious about that, about how, different groups reacted. I still say I like the Magnus from Text-to-Speech a lot better than the one from the main canon. That one's less of an asshole, and actually just strikes me, gives legit reasons, more legit reasons for not only why he would turn against the Imperium, but also legit reasons of why he would go back. And even the Emperor there shows more character growth than the entirety of what I've heard about Warhammer. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. You guys know the drill. Like this video, sub to me. It's so easy, guys. Please just click that button. The majority of you are still not subbed. Please sub to me, guys. I know it's stupid that I'm begging you like this, but we're trying to build back to where we were. We're trying to regrow, and we're going to show YouTube. Screw you guys. You know, we don't give up on having fun. Alright? You guys try to destroy everything just because you want to be a dick. Anyway, help me stand up to YouTube, guys. And of course, click on the link to the original down in the description. Get down to Major Keel's channel. Like the original if you like this, and sub to him over there, because the guy deserves so many subs. I will see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. Bye-bye.